All right. Well, welcome to the call, everybody. I appreciate you taking this hour and so to be with me today to learn about the power of essential oils. Some of you that are on the call are either avid users already of essential oils or maybe beginners to the essential oil experience, or perhaps have just dabbled in some essential oils recently and want to learn more. So today's purpose of the call is to really educate you and guide you. As you all know, I'm a nutritional expert and vitality coach, and I'm also a wellness advocate for doTERRA. And probably 7, 8 years ago now, I started to use essential oils in my own personal life and couldn't believe the amazing impact they had on my everyday health, on my energy, my sleep improvement. And I just loved them so much that I wanted just to continue to learn more. And as I became more confident in using them in my own personal use, I began using them with my clients. And they have become these beautiful adjuncts in ways that I can support my clients, not only with nutrition, but how can we then add essential oils to help us achieve our health goals and help us to get efficient results. And so they've just been wonderful. And I'm so excited to take this time to share with you today. So we're going to go through what you can expect for the call today is that we are going to take a look at what are essential oils, why do we want to use them, how do we use them properly, and then I'm going to really share a bunch of essential oils. I'm going to go through some individual ones and show you the health benefits, some emotional benefits of essential oils, and that's really what you can expect on our time today. Okay. So if I can see my screen here, I'm just going to see, here we go. Just get to the next slide. So what are essential oils? So basically, essential oils are aromatic compounds or molecules that are extracted from different parts of a plant. They can be extracted from the bark of a tree, the stem of a flower, the flower petal itself. They can come from roots. They can come from all sorts of part of the plant or a tree. And one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard somebody say about essential oils is they're considered the soul of the plant. They truly are the essence. They have such beautiful nature about them. And doTERRA, which is the essential oils that I use in the company that I am with, so doTERRA means gift of the earth. And so every time I smell an essential oil or use one, I truly do believe that I am receiving this most beautiful inherent gift from nature. And I absolutely love them. They make such a difference in our overall health, not only physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. So what's really amazing about essential oils is that in nature, they have a purpose. So they'll either give a plant their aroma. In fact, even in nature, when you're out in nature, the trees release specific molecules that help relax us, for us personally. But in nature, the aroma of a plant or a tree can also protect itself from either insects, from environmental conditions, and they also play a role in plant pollination. And just like in nature, where they serve a purpose for that specific plant or tree or essence of wherever they're being extracted from, they serve a purpose in our own body. And there's chemistry. So essential oils, they are considered plant medicine because the chemistry that exists within each of these molecules has a very specific therapeutic role that they can play within the body. And Emily Wright, who is one of the founders of doTERRA, she beautifully writes that nature was man's first remedy, and everything we need can be found in nature. So why doTERRA? And this is very important when you're wanting to consider essential oils, because just like supplements, there's a lot of, crappy product out on the market, and essential oils, we're seeing that as well, especially now that the essential oils are becoming more popular, more mainstream. And so we're seeing a lot of essential oil product that are not good quality, that are not as pure as they may seem. But doTERRA is the world leader in sourcing, in testing, in manufacturing, and distributing their essential oils. And they are the only essential oil company that is certified pure, therapeutic grade. So many essential oils that you may see out in the market, you might think that they smell nice, but when you're using them on your body and you're trying to get a therapeutic dose or a therapeutic effect, you're not going to receive that. So there's a real difference between doTERRA's quality. They are very, very pure, but again, they have that therapeutic property to it because of the way in which they're extracted, where they're extracted, and how they're extracted. But they do go through a lot of testing. They go through many different, uh, tests to make sure that they are achieving the standard in which that they are trying to put out for their essential oils. Another reason why doTERRA is such a beautiful company is that they do something called co-impact sourcing. So they really work with their farmers and with their growers to ensure fair compensation, to make sure that they're supporting the economy, to make sure they're supporting the farmers and the towns and the villages from where these growers come from. And there's some beautiful stories. In fact, if you go to a website, www.sourcetoyou.com, it shows you exactly where your essential oils are coming from. So even if you have a doTERRA essential oil bottle, on the bottom of it, there's a code on it, and you just type that code in, and it tells you exactly when it was grown, when it was picked, when it was extracted, who farmed it, the story behind the farmers. So you can really see that they play such a big role in having this beautiful relationship. And I believe it's been recently said that doTERRA, that 80% of essential oil growers now grow exclusively for doTERRA, which is really amazing because they're fair and they care so much about those and the environment in which these are being extracted from. And I also just want you to know that doTERRA is FDA approved in Canada. So it's a very safe product considered by, FDA. And then also, not only does doTERRA carry these beautiful essential oils as single properties, but they also have their own proprietary blends, as well as supplements, beauty care lines, body care products, which is really important because a lot of the things that I talk about in my nutrition practice is making sure that we are keeping pure product in our body. What we put on and in our body, we absorb. And so knowing that your cleaning supplies, your beauty care products, your shampoos, your essential oil products, all of that, even your supplements, you want to know that they are all, high quality and natural and pure. So let's talk now about the potency and the powerful and effectiveness of these essential oils. So what we know is that 1 drop of peppermint is equivalent to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So many of us have probably grabbed a cup of peppermint tea as a way to just soothe the stomach if we're bloated or gassy, which is fine and it often works. But knowing that we have 1 drop that would have that effective potency and efficiency within the body of that essential oil is quite powerful. 1 drop of essential oil is also considered 50 to 70 times more potent than dried herbs and spices. And this is really important because, again, in my nutrition practice, I do recommend people eating a lot of herbs and spices as a way to optimize their health, get therapeutic benefits, and really increase antioxidants, which are so important to keep our immunity and our inflammation strong, or at bay, or our immunity strong, but our inflammation at bay. And so this is really valuable because we have to often use a lot of dried herbs to get that therapeutic benefit. And we can't use that many because our food will taste horrible. But also, if you think about it, when the herbs are dried and the spices are dried and then they sit in our pantries for months on end, the efficacy and that therapeutic dose and benefit starts to wane. And so grabbing our essential oils is such a wonderful way to really elevate our health in such a simple and quick way. So one example that I always like to share is as cloves are one of our highest antioxidants of all of our spices. And there's something called an ORAC scale. It measures the antioxidants of all of our foods, all of our teas, all of our herbs and spices. And so as a dried spice, it measures 300,000 on this ORAC scale. But 1 drop is over 1 million. So you can see that by using essential oils, we can target our health in a much more effective way. And just if there's always lots of essential oils study out, but a very common one that I like to refer to is one where just inhaling an essential oil, specifically lavender, within minutes help to reduce cortisol, which is our stress hormone, and it helped to increase our antioxidants. So that's why these essential oils are so effective, because they're very potent and they act very quickly. In fact, in 22 seconds, the brain will receive the molecules of just inhaling an essential oil. In 2 minutes, you can find the benefit of the essential oil within the bloodstream. And within 20 minutes, we know that one drop of essential oil, especially targeted on the sole of the feet, because that's where the most porous part of the body is, that's where your body will receive the benefit very quickly. It will nourish every cell in the body within 20 minutes. So these are what we call natural solutions for our everyday health concerns. And it's just so nice to have them at our fingertips. So why do we want to use them, and why do we want to bring them into our life? Number one, we want to be using as much natural, pure, and safe product as possible. That's very, very important, because we want to eliminate our toxic load as much as we can. And especially for women, I shared this in my breast health lecture that I did, which is available on my website. But I shared that before a woman goes down to breakfast, she has put on average 11 to 15 body care products onto her body. And that's everything from what's going on in the shower to moisturizers to makeup to hair care products, etc. And so knowing that we're using these essential oils and the doTERRA body care products, we just know that we're helping to eliminate our toxic load. And that's important, because for women, these toxins that we often see in our beauty care products, they're called xenoestrogens. They're estrogen, they basically act as estrogen mimicking hormones, and they elevate our bad estrogens, which can contribute to estrogen dominant conditions such as breast cancer. So really helping to clear out some of the toxic product that's in your medicine cabinets and in your bathrooms is a really important thing to do. As I mentioned, essential oils generate quick responses. So in our quick, fast-paced society, we want fast solutions, and essential oils give us exactly that. If you have a headache, for example, and you put some peppermint or lavender right across your head, within about 30 seconds to a minute, you find that that headache has subsided. Hot flash, you put peppermint on the soles of your feet and on the back of your neck, within seconds that hot flash has dissipated. So we want these natural solutions. We want them to be safe, but we want them to be quick, and essential oils do that. I also just think they're just a simple way to manage our emotions. You know, so often we deal with depression or we deal with anxiety and high levels of stress, and we can't always just break into like a 30-minute meditation to help calm our anxiety, right? But simply smelling an essential oil from the bottle, if we saw that in 22 seconds the brain registers those molecules, that can help calm our stress, or opposite, elevate our energy, or help us to put us into sleep. It's so amazing to have those solutions right at our fingertips. I also find in my practice, I work with many clients who are highly sensitive and they don't do well with a lot of supplements. Oftentimes, people have a really hard time with digestion if their digestive system has been impaired. And so, essential oils gives us another solution when those products or supplements can't often be utilized. And so, it's really helpful. I also work with Ayurveda, which is an ancient form of East Indian healing, and certain body types, like Vata types, do very poorly with a lot of intense things or a lot of supplements, a lot of medication. But the vibration of essential oils is so gentle. Even though they're potent, they're very gentle, and so those body types do very well. Or kapha types do very well with scent. It really helps to stimulate their body and stimulate energy and take them out of depression. And so essential oils is another way that I can use that to support those specific body types. And ultimately, they're fun. You know, I always joke, when I first got into essential oils, I became obsessed with them. And I was driving my kids crazy, because I was like, try this, let's have an oil for that. But they're really just fun. They became my toys. They still are my toys. I truly just love using them in so many different ways. Yeah, so these are why we want to incorporate them into our lifestyle. Again, I say I've for years, for 18 years almost, I've been talking about the power of food. And really in the past 7 or 8 years, I've now been talking about the power of food and the power of essential oils to optimize our health. So there's three different ways that we use essential oils. So the first one is aromatic, the second is topical, and the third is internal. So I'm going to go through each one of those and show you all of the different ways that you can use them in each of those categories. So we're going to begin with aromatic. Okay, so if you have an essential oil with you, what I want you to do is just open up the bottle, just gently take a whiff of whatever you have, put one drop in the palm of your hand, and simply just rub your palms together and take 3 deep breaths. And then the rest of that essential oil can be rubbed on the back of your neck, on your pulse points. And what you've just done by aromatically inhaling those essential oils or that essential oil is you have now stimulated the olfactory bulb that's within your nose, and that's connected to the limbic brain. The limbic brain controls your hormones, your emotions, your stress, the nervous system in general. And so just imagine by simply inhaling that oil, you've now just created an effect on your body, whether that be a physical effect, an emotional effect, or a spiritual effect. You can also use essential oils in a diffuser. You can't see it here, but I have my diffuser going, and I often have a diffuser going in my bedroom at nighttime while I'm sleeping, in my office while I'm working. I'll have one just in my family room diffusing, sometimes while I'm cooking in the kitchen. So, diffusing your essential oils is such a beautiful way to get them throughout your home and get the benefit of those oils within the air. The molecules will stay in the air for, depending on how long you diffuse, but if you diffuse for 4 hours, they stay in the air for twice as long. So for 8 hours. So imagine if you're diffusing at nighttime before you go to sleep, whatever you've just diffused will stay, the aromatic molecules will stay in the room for up to 8 hours to help you continue to promote your restful sleep. Another great way to use them aromatically is also just to use them as a spray bottle, right? So just cleaning with a spray bottle will get the aromatic molecules in your home. One of my favorite ways to clean my home, I use the doTERRA On Guard Cleaner Concentrate, which clears like 99%, 99.9% of all bacteria, but it makes your home smell good. But I love using lavender. So I take about a half a cup or so, maybe more, depending on my carpet space. But I just take a bowl of baking soda, about half a cup or so, maybe more, and then about 10 to 15 drops of lavender. And I sprinkle that over my carpet, leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes and vacuum it up, and carpets smell amazing. So there's just so many different ways that you can use the oils. Is simply having an essential oil in your purse, in your office drawer, wherever you need it, just sitting on your desk and smelling it will shift what's happening with your energy, with your stress, with your emotions immediately. Topical is another wonderful way. By the way, I should just say that doTERRA has some beautiful diffusers. And if you go online, which I'll show you the website after, but you can look up a bunch of different diffusers, all of which have different times for which they diffuse, different colors, etc. So you could choose diffusers for whatever your home looks like, whatever you like. You can get different ones. So topically is the second way that we use essential oils. And what I love about essential oils is you can target them for anything. So for example, my daughter had she thought it was sprained, but her finger was sore yesterday. And so we just rolled some deep blue on her finger to help ease sort of the soreness and the tenderness of it. If you have a headache, you target it right on your temples. If you have difficulty breathing with asthma or anxiety, you just rub right on your chest. If you have gas or indigestion or bloating, bloating, literally putting a drop right in your belly button will get really absorbed so quickly into the abdomen. If you have menstrual cramps, hormonal cramps, you can rub it right on that area. If you've got aches and pains anywhere on the body, you can literally target the essential oils on most places of the body. And a great place to put them is on the pulse points. So your wrists, the back of your ears, behind your knees, inside the elbow crease, and even on the soles of your feet. Those are all really nice ways for the body to receive the essential oils very quickly within the body. We always want to be cautious with essential oils because they are potent. And so, excuse me, sorry, I'm sorry, everybody. It looks like one more person's trying to come in here. So let me just figure out how to get them in. I'm not sure how to do that. Oh, here, one second. Here we go. Oh, I'm not sure. So sorry for the interruption there. I don't know who is trying to come in, but I just saw one more. So if anybody has, or maybe something was in the chat. Oh, I've also heard topical lavender can help with insect spikes, scars, etc. Yes, I will touch more on this. We're going to specifically talk about lavender. So thank you for the question. But yes, you can absolutely target essential oils for insect bite, rashes, eczema. There's so many different benefits that we can get from the different oils, but definitely we will speak to that on lavender in a little bit. Yeah, so we want to be cautious of where we put oils. We never want to put them in or around the eye. I've had sometimes my children in the past have had pink eye or an eye infection. So you could put it like around the ocular bone here, or not the ocular bone, but the whatever that bone's called, right around the eye, but not close to the eye. We never want to put essential oils in an ear. So if there's ever an ear infection or an ear ache, it can go behind the ear, but never inside, and never on broken or injured skin. So if you had, let's say, a gash and it was bleeding, wouldn't want to put it right in there at the beginning, but you could put it right around the area so that the essential oils turn down the inflammation and begin the healing around that area. But you could put them on scars, for example, but not on something right away if it's an open wound, for example. And finally, there are some oils that are very hot oils, like cassia, for example, oregano, black pepper. So if we use these oils on the body topically, we always want to use them with some fractionated coconut oil. doTERRA carries a really nice fractionated coconut oil, and it nourishes the skin, but it's not sticky, it's not thick, it's really quite nice. And so you put that on the skin first, and then the essential oil with it, and then that will just calm down. So oftentimes if you feel that you're using an essential oil and you feel a bit of burning, never use water because that exasperates the heat of the oil. You always want to use a carrier oil to calm that down. Okay, and using a carrier oil it doesn't dilute the essential oil. It just slows the penetration for it to enter the body. So that's important to know as well. And then always with essential oils topically, we want to be careful using them. We want to be careful using them on the skin, the citrus oils on the skin in the sun. Citrus oils like lemon, wild orange, tangerine, all of those can become very phytosensitive, so you can get a sunburn when using them in the sun. So I wouldn't be putting like let's say bergamot, which often helps to give us good energy and calm anxiety. You're not going to rub that on your neck or on your behind your ears and then go out and suntan, because you'll get a sunburn. Okay, so those are some topical ways. And also topically, I just want to share with you within my practice, oh sorry, one more slide here too, a few other ways to use them topically. In a bath, such an amazing way. So you do a bath with Epsom salts, and then maybe you add 5 to 10 drops of essential oil into your bath. You could use a hot or cold compress and put some essential oils on there and apply it to the necessary area. Or another amazing way is on your skin. There are so many essential oils that we can use for beauty and for longevity and for acne and for scarring and wrinkles. In fact, there's one essential oil called Immortelle, which is an anti-aging oil. And so Immortelle combines some of the most precious essential oils like sandalwood and rose into that formula for your skin. And you can just roll it on, or you could put 1 or 2 drops of essential oil with your moisturizer just to help to get the glow and the shine and beautiful complexion. And also on your body. So doTERRA has a great skincare line, and one of the things that they have is just like a moisturizer, but there's no scent in it, and so you can just add your own scent depending on what you're feeling, what you want to smell like that day. You just add a couple drops and then put that on your body. So many ways to use these essential oils topically to get some nice benefit, not only just for uplifting aroma to make you smell great, but also to make your body feel better or to improve certain areas in the body. In my practice, some of you on the call may have actually received one of these, but there's 2 ways that I use the essential oils topically as well, one of which is through Aroma Touch. This is a beautiful essential oil treatment. It helps with stress management, it's immune enhancing, it helps to reduce inflammation and bring balance to the body. It uses 8 specific oils from doTERRA, 2 of which, balance and lavender, help reduce stress. We go into tea tree oil and on guard to boost the immune system, aroma touch and deep blue to help reduce inflammation, and wild orange and peppermint for balance. But this, if you're ever just feeling like you're stressed, you just need to have somebody take care of you, and you just want a beautiful treatment, you can certainly come and receive one of these from me and receive the benefits of the essential oils topically. And then Symphony of the Cells is amazing. I use this therapeutically for many of my clients in adjunct to their nutritional programs. So this is targeted therapy with with essential oils. So basically there are 16 different protocols, and each protocol can help with so many different health conditions. And so what this does is that each protocol typically has 10 specific essential oils that are layered along the spine and on the feet within a beautiful treatment to help target a specific condition. So for my kids, if they're ever sick, I just do the basic protocol, and it helps to get rid of their symptoms like so well. Their colds go from being a week long, they're never sick for more than 2 to 3 days. I've worked with many clients with the digestive system and using the digestive protocol to help improve conditions. I have had one woman who was so chronically constipated, she'd have a bowel movement one every 12 days. We started doing the digestive protocol. She got to daily bowel movements after about 5 or 6 treatments of the digestive protocol. The hormone balancing one's amazing for PMS, for any hormonal shifts and changes in women's lives. I've done many with the inflammatory protocol for people who struggle with any inflammatory issue. Weight loss is a huge one for my clients. They're stuck in their weight loss, and so we do a lymphatic cleanse there, or not a cleanse, but a lymphatic symphony of the cells, and that helps to stimulate shift in the body. So you can see that there's so many different things that we can target. In fact, right now with the respiratory issues going on, my aunt is currently in the hospital. She does not have COVID, but she had pneumonia, and I made her the roller bottle of the respiratory blend, and she called me through my other aunt's cell phone and let me know that it's made a difference for her. So it's just so amazing that we can use these oils for whatever ails us. And it's quite powerful. So if you came in and you had an issue, we could target whatever the issue is. I do the treatment on you. I make you the roller bottle of that protocol so that you can use it at home in between treatments. And ideally, I love to see you once a week for 5 or 6 weeks to really help with that treatment. And then we can go into, bi-weekly or once a month into more of a maintenance phase if needed. So lastly, we use the oils internally. Now, we can't use all essential oils internally, and I would not trust any other company other than doTERRA to take an oil internally. It's very important, again, because the purity, the potency of the essential oil, we want to know exactly what we're putting in, and you do not want to put any fillers, any adulterated oils in there, any oils that are not truly from the right area of the plant that they're meant to be extracted from. So knowing where your oils is coming from are essential before you put them inside your body. But there's a few easy ways to do it. You can get veggie capsules, just plain capsules at the health food store or through doTERRA, and make your own essential oil capsules to take internally. One of my favorite things to do, and I do it almost every day, is add essential oils to my water, because we can get any citrus oil like lemon, lime, grapefruit, wild orange, tangerine. These are wonderful oils to add to your water to increase your antioxidants, to target specific health concerns. I'll show you some of those as well. But just make your water taste great. It's a great way to increase your water intake is by adding these. And we would only need, again, remember potency, 1 drop per liter, 1 to 3 drops maximum per liter to really make that health shift with those oils. And then another wonderful way to use oils is through cooking. And so again, because the oils are potent, if you were making a tomato sauce, you wouldn't want to do like 1 to 3 drops in the sauce. It could be too strong. But just sticking a toothpick in the top of the essential oil bottle and then stirring that into your recipe would be great. I have people that make peppermint brownies. I have a client who makes her own chocolate, and she started adding lavender chocolate. She's done tangerine chocolate, peppermint chocolate, spearmint chocolate. So there's so many different ways that you can use essential oils in your cooking. And doTERRA has a lot of essential oil recipes as well. And on my website that I'll show you at the end, there are DIY recipes as well as cooking recipes that you can draw from to incorporate these oils. I should also say
Sorry,
that, yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry, can I just ask a quick question?
Yes, Amber. Yeah.
Um, I've been reading, I also like to take the essential oils internally. Um, and I don't diffuse as much because we do have cats, and I know that anyway, down I won't get into that, but I have been researching online, and there's been some articles come up about taking oils without any sort of fat, and apparently there's some issues with it damaging the stomach lining. Have you heard of any of that?
Yeah,
Or
I have heard that. I have heard that before. And again, I just refer back to the doctors and the advisory board of doTERRA, and they all say that they're safe. They all show themselves drinking it. But again, you wouldn't want to use a hot oil internally like that. So for example, a citrus oil would be safe to use without a fat, for example. So that in your water would be okay. A lot of
yeah,
people when they get sick, they'll use like oregano, right? Because oregano
yeah,
really kills viruses. That is a very hot oil. So taking that internally, especially doTERRA's, I would never recommend without a capsule or a carrier, because that would burn. So absolutely, that could be a very irritating to the lining of the stomach, to the esophagus, etc. So you have to just know which oils that you could use safely to do that. And if you actually just googled, doTERRA has a great site called doTERRA University, but if you googled in there, or in their search looked up oils for ingestion or ingesting oils, there's articles, research that shows you the safety of ingestion. Okay.
yeah, for sure. I've definitely looked at that. I was just wondering
Yeah.
about the like I keep hearing hot oils, and I don't really know what those are. So thank you
Yeah,
for
so
letting me know.
oregano, cassia, black pepper, those are typically hot. Even cinnamon, like I wouldn't just, cinnamon's strong and it's potent. So I personally wouldn't take cinnamon just like this on my own. But if I'm putting cinnamon in my oatmeal, then I'm okay there because it's got some carrier and some food to go with it. Um, but yeah, just you don't want to just tip a bottle and just start taking it internally because they're so strong. But especially
Okay,
those hot oils are the ones to be cautious of. You
thanks so much.
mentioned, just as a side note, you're welcome. As a side note, everybody, safety for pets. Janet Rourke is a wonderful veterinarian who specializes in essential oils. She's got a Facebook page. I believe it's just called Essential Oils for Vet, or Essential Oils Vet. But again, she's on the advisory board for doTERRA as the veterinarian. And if you email me, because I have her You can get it directly from her. But if you email me, I'm happy to share her PDF information booklet about safety of essential oils for pets and which ones to use for cats and dogs, what's safe, what's not, so that you can feel very confident that you're using your essential oils safely around your furry loved ones. Okay. So again, just to go back to the company of itself, like doTERRA is backed with research, backed with science, and any question that you have about essential oils and their safety, you can certainly find that through their website, doTERRA University, or just doTERRA.com, just loaded with information there. Okay. Alrighty, so let's talk now about some very specific essential oils. This is so hard because there's so many great ones. It's hard to know what to choose because they're all my favorites, and every day or every month I have a new favorite. But I went through some of the ones that we would want as those quick solutions for our everyday health concerns within our home. So I'm going to go through these. There's about 10 of them that I would like to go through with you. And obviously, if we were in person in class, I'd have you all smelling them. I'd open the bottle and we'd be sharing them and having an experience putting them on our body. But if you have some within your home close to you right now, you can use whatever ones as we're talking about them. But if not, you'll just have to experience through what I'm telling you and experiencing when I'm using them. So wild orange, this is one of my absolute favorite beginning essential oils. Wild orange smells so refreshing. It's so energizing. It helps to really reduce stress. So what's really interesting is that this essential oil can be very adaptogenic. What that means is that if you're feeling really stressed, it can calm your stress. But if you're needing energy, it can also pick you up. So you can use it at night for insomnia, but you can use it in the day for energy. Really helpful for any sort of indigestion, sluggish bowels, heartburn. It's a great oil for menopause, depression, anxiety. But honestly, if I'm just needing a quick boost of energy, I just take my essential oil or my wild orange, literally inhale it and on the back of my neck. And wild orange, also so simple to put into your water. 1 to 3 drops of this will really help detoxification, will really help boost your antioxidants, and certainly help support energy and digestion issues. Lemon is also another one of my favorites and so versatile. So lemon is beautiful. Just like wild orange, it's just so refreshing. All the citrus oils are very uplifting and they're very energizing. So they're good mood elevators and very good energy elevators. But all essential oils, they're versatile. So lemon, for sure, I'm going to use it in my water. I love putting it on a drop or two on an apple, a sliced apple. That's so nice to eat it that way. Maybe a drop in some tea. If there's ever a sore throat or a cold, that with some ginger would be really, really helpful. But lemon I also use for my cleaning. I put it in spray bottles. Because it neutralizes odors, it's great to put a drop or two in your garbage cans, in your laundry basin, in your compost bin. So you can really use it in many, many different ways. But why I love lemon internally is that it really helps to break up mucus. It helps to support the body's pH. It detoxes the liver and the kidneys. And so it's a really, really helpful oil for so many different things. So this is like one of doTERRA's top sellers is lemon essential oil. Peppermint is a lovely oil also for energy. Peppermint is a perfect oil to use if you're having that mid-afternoon slump, you're tired, you just need a boost, you need some more concentration and energy. You just take a drop just like we did, smell it. You could put a drop right on your hand and then inhale it and then rub some on the back of your neck and your energy will immediately go up. Peppermint is definitely a go-to oil for headaches. It's definitely one for digestion, but there's also some really other interesting things that it's used for. It is so helpful for cooling the body. So mosquito bites, rashes, inflammation, you can put peppermint because it helps cool the heat. Menopause and hot flashes. It is so effective for getting rid of a hot flash. I tell so many of my ladies just to make a spray bottle with peppermint and water and just spritz it, keep that by their bedside, put peppermint on the soles of their feet and on the back of their neck when they're having a hot flash. So helpful. Gamma radiation exposure. So if I've ever had a client who has gone through radiation for cancer treatments, I have one of my mentors, Dr. DeMartini. Well, before COVID, he flew all over the world to teach his work, and I gave him a bottle of peppermint essential oil to combat all of that gamma radiation exposure he's getting from flying through, like in airplanes all the time. So there's just so many interesting ways that you can use some of these essential oils, and even to freshen your breath. So if you have issues with bad breath, you can put a drop on your toothbrush. And doTERRA has these little peppermint beadlets. They're tiny little beadlets that's just a drop of peppermint that you can take as a fresh breath support. So instead of chewing gum that's full of aspartame and artificial ingredients and BHT and all this other junk, just use peppermint because it's natural, it's pure, and it's effective. Lavender is the calming oil. It's also the oil of communication. So it's very good for women who feel like they can't express their thoughts. If they have thyroid issues and keep their emotions bottled up, thyroid can really help open up communication pathways. It's very soothing and very common. And like Amber had mentioned, it's so anti-inflammatory and soothing that it's great for insect bites. It can really help ease itching and rashes. If you have a cut or a burn, it's a really good one to go to. Kids with bleeding noses, the lavender coagulates the blood, so it stops nosebleeds. So you could just put it right on the bridge of the nose or right on the edge of the nose, and it stops that. But this is the go-to oil for stress, for anxiety, for sleep issues. So definitely one that can be used regularly. And it's also a really just good one too for making your home smell really nice. So December 1, I believe, doTERRA is putting out their actually no, it's not with lavender, it's Serenity. Never mind that. But basically, they have like a mattress spray that uses Serenity. They used to have one for lavender, but anyway, there's just all different ways that you can use these oils. But this is the calming, relaxing, easygoing lavender. Many people don't talk about copaiba. It's one of doTERRA's newer oils in the last couple of years, but this is one of the most anti-inflammatory substances on earth. So if I ever have clients with inflammation issues, copaiba is definitely a really highly recommended oil for that. Anything from pain to liver issues, respiratory issues, colitis, cancer, autoimmune disease. I mean, this is a pretty spectacular oil. You know, we used to call frankincense the king of the oils, and when in doubt, use frankincense. I'm now saying the same thing for copaiba. It's really, really a beautiful oil. And it actually comes from the bark of one of the oldest trees in Brazil. I believe it's Brazil, but one of the oldest trees in nature. So there's so much healing potential and wisdom from this oil. And what's really interesting is this oil is very earthy. I wish you could be here to smell it, but it's very earthy and it's very grounding. So it really helps people with who are feeling anxious and just sort of scattered and they just need to be earthed. That's a very good one to do that. And what's really interesting about copaiba is that it's a beta cannabinoid. So that's interesting because cannabis is becoming such a big thing now, right? But what's different about copaiba is that it acts on the CB2 receptors, so allow you to become addicted to cannabis, which is really, it doesn't allow you to become addicted like cannabis can do, but it acts on the specific receptor sites that help with inflammation, that help with calming the mind. So it's actually really, really quite an incredible essential oil. So if you wanted to choose between cannabis and copaiba, I would personally choose copaiba. Frankincense is another incredible oil. Again, it's called the king of the oils, the oil of truth. There's a lot of research being done with frankincense around neurological health. So a lot of great research showing that using frankincense on the root is helping with brain tumor reduction, is helping to slow the progression. Oils that's recommended for concussions, as well as shock, trauma. So anything to do with the neurological effects. So if you're having foggy brain, if you're not thinking clearly, concentration, anything like that, you can use frankincense. But there's also a lot of anti-cancer and anti-inflammatory benefits to using this as well. On Guard, I would have to say, is probably my top 3 favorite essential oils. This oil should be in every one of your homes. It's the oil of protection. This is your immune supporting oil. It kills airborne bacteria, airborne viruses, colds, flus, strep throat, cough. It's been used for so many beneficial ways to help support your immune system or help guard off or fight off infection in the body. It is so helpful. And this blend of doTERRA's On Guard is incredible because they put it in so many of their products now. So they have a whole On Guard a product line, everything from laundry detergent to hand soap to hand sanitizing spray, obviously to the essential oils, to an internal capsule of it. It's an incredible essential oil blend that I highly, highly recommend that you get if you do not have this one. Smart and Sassy, this is a very common essential oil I use in my practice. I recommend this a lot for anybody with metabolic conditions. Basically, this is a blend of cinnamon, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and grapefruit, and it helps with weight loss. It gets rid of sugar cravings. It balances blood sugar, so it's good for diabetes. It helps with detoxification, lymphatic drainage, and flushing. Honestly, it's your metabolic support, and I have seen so many incredible changes in women's bodies and men's bodies as well by adding 1 to 3 drops of this. It tastes really nice. It's very stimulating. But again, if you don't like the taste of it, it's still just as effective using it on the soles of the feet. It also does come in capsule form as well. But this is definitely, if you have issues with weight, if you have issues with any metabolic syndrome, this is your oil of choice. And Zengest, well, this is the perfect oil for any digestive complaint that you can think of. It blends some of the most important and long-term spices and herbs that have been used for centuries, not only in Ayurvedic medicine, but Chinese medicine. So ginger, peppermint, caraway, coriander, anise, tarragon, and fennel. I can't tell you how often this has helped improve just basic gas, bloating, indigestion, right in the belly button. This has helped so many of my clients, whether they've dealt with chronic constipation or chronic diarrhea. If I have any client with any digestive issue, you can bet that DigestZen will be part of their protocol. And again, if it's internal, a lot of people may not like the taste of it. It has a bit of a licoricey taste. This can be taken just through a soft gel as well. But so, so helpful. Even babies, we'll use this on babies with a carrier oil for colic. It's just so incredible the benefits that people get from this, and really helpful too for nausea. Deep Blue is probably another one of my top favorites. This is the soothing blend. This one's very, very, very helpful for turning down inflammation and getting rid of those general aches and pains. So whether it's just like soreness after work arthritis, this is a perfect one. You cannot use this one internally in this form. It does come as a supplement, but in a different format. But this is a topical oil, and it also comes in a roller bottle as well as a cream. So you can very much target a very specific part of your body to help relieve pain and discomfort. Even for kids, it's wonderful for growing pains. I use that a lot with my kids as well. So this one's a wonderful essential oil. And again, it comes as the Deep Blue polyphenol complex, which is an anti-inflammatory supplement. And then it comes as a roller bottle as well and in the cream form. But yeah, some of the most beautiful oils in here, like helichrysum, such a wonderful anti-inflammatory, blue chamomile, blue tansy. One of the books that I love, this is a wonderful resource. It's called the Essential Life Book, and this is a little bit dated. There's a one that's been a newer version of this. This is the 4th edition. I believe there's a 5th or possibly even a 6th edition now. That is a beautiful essential oil, but if you look up blue tansy, for example, in that book, there is probably over 20 different benefits that blue tansy will offer your body. Everything from histamine issues to itchiness to inflammatory conditions, etc. So just this combination of oils here is amazing. And wintergreen, just so you know, Tylenol is actually made from wintergreen, but then they add in all these other things to Tylenol. But at the root of Tylenol is actually wintergreen. So we can just get this in a very natural form. So a wonderful, wonderful oil to have on hand. This one's not ever commonly known and not often spoken about in lectures, but I wanted to talk about it because I just want you to know the depth of which these essential oils can have in our lives. This is called DDR. It's the cellular complex blend, or the oil of transformation. And I think they call it the oil of transformation because it actually repairs your DNA. So imagine if you have damaged DNA, whether that be from oxidative stress, cancer, autoimmune diseases or disorders. I mean, it's unbelievable that there's an essential oil that can repair your DNA. So let's say you knew somebody that was going through cancer treatments or afterwards on the other side of that, then you would absolutely want to recommend this to them as a way to repair the body right at that DNA level. I mean, that is unbelievable to me. I also use this for people who have thyroid issues or are hormonal issues, and brain issues as well. I mean, so there's just so many different ways to use these oils, as I've said a few times, but I just want you to realize like that if you had any health condition, I just want you to know that there's a natural solution to support you. And that's why I get so passionate and excited about sharing these, because you have a choice of how you can take care of your health, and your health care is in your hands. And to know that there are these products available for you and for your loved ones is why we do what we do here with doTERRA, is because we truly want to change people's lives one drop at a time with these essential oils. There's many, many other ones that I can share with you. Just a few quick ones. There's Balance, which is the grounding blend, which is great if you've got a lot of anger and stress and just need to be grounded and calmed. Serenity is a beautiful sleep and insomnia blend. Adaptive is one that's great to help you adapt to stress. If you deal with anxiety and can't cope with a lot of change in your life, Adaptive is beautiful. Immortelle, I mentioned, was that anti-aging blend for the skin. Clary Calm helps women, especially in PMS. It's a great transitioning oil in PMS or in menopause. It's wonderful. Focus Blend in Tune, wonderful for concentration, whether it be for kids or for adults. It's wonderful for ADD, ADHD, if you just have memory issues or just need to focus. The respiratory blend, it's Easy Air or Breathe. It's called Easy Air in Canada and Breathe in the US. This is a perfect oil at this time to keep your lungs strong, but a good one to use for asthma and for difficult breathing, for snoring. And there's a detoxification blend called Zendocrine, which opens all the elimination pathways in the body. So there's just so many that I can't share them all. I wish I could, but those are important to share with you. I wanted to also let you know, as I have, that there are supplements within doTERRA. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was the Lifelong Vitality Pack. If you are not taking any multivitamin, fish oil, antioxidant blend, then really consider Lifelong Vitality Pack by doTERRA. It is because I do what I do as a nutritionist. Trust me, I've tried many supplements over the years. I've seen many different supplement blends and formulas, but I have to tell you, Lifelong Vitality Pack, doTERRA is brilliant in what they've put together in this pack and how they've done it. The synergy of the supplements is amazing. So this is your life insurance. Honestly, it's your life insurance policy to make sure that your body is receiving on a cellular level all of its vital nutrients and antioxidants and omegas. And it just comes in this nice trio pack. But you can see here all of the incredible things that it does. But what you'll find interesting is that so many supplements that we take are not bioavailable. I mean, you take them, but what's in them don't actually get to the cell. They often don't even bypass the digestive system. So what's really important is that doTERRAs are bioavailable, meaning what exactly is in that bottle in those doses, you actually get penetrated into the cell. And the essential oils, there's essential oils that are put in with those supplements to ensure that penetration and intracellular absorption happens. So it's just something that's really important that I wanted to let you know, that there is all these essential oils and beautiful blends, but there's also a whole healthcare line of supplements, including this pack, but there's digestive enzymes and probiotics. And again, they're just so amazingly thought out, and they're effective. I've been using them for the last 7, 8 years as I've been in doTERRA. And honestly, I noticed immediately with this product in 1 month, the hair growth, nails are stronger, skin is vibrant, energy is up. I can't say enough about them. So if you want more information about these, I have a beautiful PDF, or frankly, you can even just go to doTERRA, just Google doTERRA LLV PDF, and you can get it and you can read the whole thing. There's also on doTERRA University, the LLV, the Lifelong Vitality Pack ebook. So you can read a whole thing about it with all the science backing it. So, I have just a few more oils that I want to go through with you. I think this was really important to share with you as well, was the emotional aromatherapy. So every essential oil has physical benefits, as you've seen, but they also have emotional benefit as well. And doTERRA created this beautiful aromatherapy line specifically to target emotions. And what's really fascinating, if we look at chemistry of essential oils, is that they all have a purpose, as I said at the beginning. But basically, mint oils are very energizing and calming. Citrus is uplifting. Spices can be very renewing. Herbs can be very comforting and grounding and soothing. Trees are also very balancing and grounding. And floral oils are very calming and reassuring. So when they created this pack of oils, they really thought about the chemistry of each of the oils in them to ensure that the body would receive what it would need. Okay, sorry, I just had another question here, but somebody just has to leave. But no problem. Thank you for joining the call. And just know I'm going to continue to go on. But for those that do need to leave, if we hit 1 o'clock here, I will be sending you the link to this recording as well as the notes, so you can go through anything that we've missed. Okay. Alrighty, so to carry on, we have within this motivate. So if you're ever dealing with motivational issues, you're feeling like you just can't get your mojo going and you need a little boost, maybe your confidence is lacking, your courage is lacking, you use motivate. Now you can't take any of these internally for these aromatherapy oils that I'm showing you, but diffusing these and perfumes on your wrists, your pulse points are a great way to get the benefit. I use this often when I just need to get something done and I need that extra boost. Cheer, this is basically your antidepressant in a bottle. The blend of these oils, it smells so good, but it's so like it's such a mood elevator and it's very invigorating. So this is a wonderful oil to diffuse throughout your home or to wear if you're feeling a little down and you just need a little cheer in your life. Passion, this one's a really good one if you're feeling like you're bored, you're sort of in a bit of a rut, you need a little bit of, stimulation and change in your life. Passion absolutely gets things going for you in that way. So it's a really good one to have available when you're feeling a little bit like you need, like you're lacking that passion and purpose. Forgive. I want to share a little story about Forgive. This is the first oil that I had a true therapeutic benefit from. I always like to mention my colleague and friend, Shelly Shahanahi. She was the one that awakened me to essential oils and to doTERRA. But I went to see her 7, 8 years ago for an issue that I was experiencing. She's a cranial sacral therapist and does emotional release technique. And I needed to go see her because I had a lot that I was dealing with a major stressful situation with my family, and the emotion was blocked. It was stuck in my chest. And doing what I do, I know that often when we have unresolved emotion, those emotions get stuck in our physiology and can create health challenges. And so Forgive, she gave that to me on the table when she got me on her table. And 3 times throughout the treatment with her, she gave me this essential oil. And I really knew nothing about them at the time. But these oils opened me up and caused a release of emotion. Like I said, I puked tears, and it just absolutely shifted the emotion that was stuck and stored in my body. And I asked her if I could have some on my hand because I just felt very strongly that I needed to rub it right on my chest where I felt the emotion stuck. And after that hour treatment and using this oil 3 times, that was gone. And that day, my life was open to essential oils, and I've never turned back. Shelly gave me 5 or 6 samples, and I tried them for the week. That day, my life, and carried on. Now these are a huge part of my life. So forgive is nice to have in times when you need to release some stuff that might be stuck. And console, if I can share one more story, console is a beautiful oil for grief, loss, sadness. This week we had to say goodbye to my 36-year-old cousin, and she did not pass away from COVID, but she passed away from a complication from a medication she was taking. And so shocking and so sad. And I have to tell you that console has brought me a lot of comfort and the ability to move through sadness and grief in a much easier way. And I bought this oil and I sent it to her parents and her grandmother as a gift and something helpful to use to help them work through their grief. So imagine whatever we face in our life, to know that we have some of these most precious gifts of the earth at our fingertips to help us is just so important. And I'm just so grateful to this company for giving this to us in a safe way. And in a very conscious way, and in an earth protecting way, and in a grower protector way. So I just can't say enough about the benefits. And then in this pack as well as peace, really good for anxiety, to soothe anxious minds. If you just need a little peace and reassurance in your life, which so many people are needing right now. So this is a wonderful series. I just wanted to share this with you and let you know that it comes in its own kit. It comes as a touch kit. So each of the blends are already blended with the fractionated coconut oil. So they're easily used as perfumes. They're wonderful for kids in that way. Or they'll come as a regular kit so that you can diffuse them. And in fact, I believe in their collections, they have this kit with a diffuser as well. So it makes for a beautiful gift for yourself or for a loved one. So just to finish, I know I'm just going a few minutes over here, but just as we round up the call here, I just want to talk to you about how do you get these oils in your life if you choose to. So for doTERRA, there's 3 different ways. Number one, if you want an essential oil of any kind or a supplement, you can absolutely just do a retail order. Super easy. I'll give you my website link. You can just order what you want. It gets delivered to your door. Most people, however, just become members of doTERRA. So doTERRA has a $42 membership a year. You only need to purchase 1 oil a year to maintain that membership. So you basically do that on your first purchase. And basically what the benefit of the membership is that you get 25% off the retail price. So you're paying wholesale, which is exactly the price that I pay. You can order whenever you want. There is no pressure to order at any other time. It's just when you need something, you can order it, but it's like, every time you order, you'll get the wholesale price. And then if you stay as a member, your membership will be renewed at $10 less the next year and following years, and they send you a free bottle of peppermint essential oil every time you renew your membership. There's also kits, and if you're new to doTERRA and you want to sort of get your hands on a variety of oils to experiment with them or try them, there's different starter kits that include your membership that often come at a reduced price versus buying each of these oils individually. So the Healthy Start Kit comes with these 10 amazing essential oils, many of which I spoke about today, and the Brevi diffuser, or there's the Healthy Essentials Kit that comes with the Petal diffuser and a few different oils that I talked about today, like Copaiba and Adaptive and Balance. So it's a really beautiful, either one of those kits is a great start. Honestly, I started with the Healthy Start Kit. I got these 10 essential oils, and these are most of them are my go-to oils. That out of all of my essential oils, these are the ones that I replace most often because they're just like those home solutions that you want at your fingertips. The other way that you can do doTERRA as well is there is a loyalty reward program. So let's just say that you want to sort of overhaul your home care line, your body care products, your cleaning products, and you're going to use doTERRA regularly. You can just become a loyalty reward member. And all that means is you do a monthly order. So you're committed to order monthly, but you gain points for everything you purchase. And then you can use those points to purchase products on your future orders. So that's a really nice thing. And also, if you place a certain volume order every month, you get their free product of the month. So it's just, doTERRA just becomes your go-to store. Honestly, I buy 90% of my products, whether it be body care, supplement care, cleaning supplies, etc., toothpaste, all of it, all through doTERRA. I very rarely go to a drugstore now to get anything. So there's lots of different choices and different kits that can serve whatever you're looking for and to solve your specific health desires. And certainly I'm happy to do a follow-up call with you, a complimentary call, just to decide if you do want to order oils, what would be your best choice, what would your best starter kit be. But you can also go to my website and look up all the different collections and starter enrollment kits and just sort of decide what would be your best choice that would support whatever your health goals are. So I just wanted to show you some of these options that, again, all come in different price ranges and different oils, different products, so that you know that there's a kit for all your needs. And then finally, just so you know, my own services, many I think you do know on the call, but if not, if you're new to my work, just know that I do a customized essential oil sessions. I use an iTovi scanner. iTovi is a handheld device that basically tells us within seconds what essential oils and supplements your unique body needs right now in the moment to bring it to a more optimum state. And so then we can customize an order or an essential oil blend. And every 3 to 4 weeks, so you'll use those oils for a period of time, and then you can come in and get a new scan and just retest and see what your body needs after that. So it's a just great way to keep you balanced and keep giving your body what it needs in the moment. And then I already mentioned Aroma Touch and Symphony of the Cells, but those are all essential oil services that I have and that I offer that I'd be certainly happy to support you with. So that comes to the end of our session. There are so many options. The options are endless. But what I can tell you for sure is that there is an oil for everything. In that Essential Life book that I was sharing with you at the very beginning, there is like an atlas at the beginning of a dictionary of so many different health conditions that you look it up and you can find an oil solution for anything that ails you. So just know that that's available to you. That you can get on Amazon, that book, by the way, too. It's a wonderful resource. But yeah, there really is an oil for everything. And I just really hope that if you are inspired to use essential oils as part of your life, I'm here to support you and help you in that, to make sure you know how to use them. And so that these bottles of gold aren't just sitting in your pantries or in your medicine cabinets, that they're actually being used readily. And I'll here for any of your questions and to support you if you choose to want to order at all. But if you want to peruse my site, it's here just at the bottom. I'll send it to you in a link as well, in a follow-up email with the link to this lecture and the lecture notes. But if you have any other questions right now, I'm happy to take them. But if not, I just thank you so much for joining me in this call. And it just means a lot for me to be able to share the love for what I do with you, in hopes to help you gain knowledge as for different ways to optimize your health. So thank you for joining me.